There has never been a time in history like this. Each one of us is in a battle to gain focus, maintain progress, and simply get things done on a daily basis. Paul Meyer said productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. Today, I want to call attention to 4 best practices of how you can have trailblazing impact in terms of planning and self-management. Tip number 1, eliminate distractions and keep building. Listen, we all know that we're surrounded by enticing time wasters, if you will. Some of the most common time wasters would include web surfing, trivial conversations, fantasy football, and even other people's work. The skill here is that each of us can employ is to shut off non-essential notifications and to tactfully keep yourself and others focused by using basic refocusing conversations. Tip number 2, hold a weekly mind sweep and personal planning session. On a weekly basis, hold a standing meeting with yourself where you can plan out your week. Make sure to set aside 20 minutes in private and start the process with a mind sweep. A mind sweep is simply writing down with pen and paper all of the important things that are on your mind. You'll simply write down commitments that you've made, projects that you would like to start, meetings or one-on-ones that need to be scheduled. You'll even evaluate key customers, appointments, and most importantly, relationships. Tip number 3, prioritize your most important tasks. After clearing your mind using the mind sweep technique, you will then prioritize important activities only. In fact, you'll condition yourself over time to not even write down not important items during your weekly mind sweep. Because ultimately, not important activities are distractions. So after creating your list of important activities and actions and having it written down, you'll then want to consider urgency and time required. We have to distinguish whether or not something is urgent. The definition of urgent is a situation requiring swift action. In terms of weekly and daily planning, I like to define urgent as something that I need to take action on in the next 48 hours. This may involve a deadline, a people issue, a cash position, and more. Oftentimes, not urgent events or to-dos become urgent if they are not taken care of or prepared for. Obviously, life and business require each of us to handle urgent situations, but our goal is to maximize and stage a plan. We are more impactful as leaders when we maximize our time. We perform better when things are planned, prepared, and staged for success. Our best work takes place when we are not cramming for the final, but instead working in advance in a sustainable manner. The key to prioritizing is to simply identify and decide the most impactful activities or appointments that you will be engaged with, and then schedule it. Tip number 4, schedule your priorities. Our next and likely the most important step is to simply schedule your priorities. Regardless of your preference for a Google, Office 365, or even a paper-based calendar, the most important thing is that you simply do it. Schedule it. Steve Covey said it best when he said, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. The objective of using a productivity system is twofold. Number 1, each of us can enjoy heightened focus and take control of our priorities instead of being controlled by them. And number 2, the other major benefit of weekly planning is to eliminate overwhelm. It allows us to allocate time and increase our personal quality to the business and to our families. There are many reasons to use these basic 4 steps and to keep it simple and to develop consistency in this process. Most importantly, because you were called here for a reason, to fulfill a special purpose, to contribute something unique, something that wouldn't have existed without you.